This is it. Welcome to the first Sales and Revenue Leaders Sales Confidence event of 2021. So you'll notice we've got Matthew Blanchard, who's the VP of EMEA for Varison, and my special co-host today, Owen Richards, who is the CEO and co-founder of Air Marketing. So we're ramping it up this year, and we're looking forward to putting on a great event. For those that you are newbies, just press new on the comments, and those that are regulars who have been with us for the last few years, just hit regular or large. I don't know. Just tell us who you are and where you're dialing in from. So I'm just going to open up today's event with the help of Matthew and Owen. We're going to talk you through what you should expect from this afternoon. Introduce each of our 7-minute world-class speakers. So they have 7 minutes or so to deliver some actionable and interesting insights. And then after each speaker has completed their piece, Owen today is going to host the panel discussion. Now, it's really important that you hang around for the networking. How upsetting is it right now that we can't all hang out, cuddle, high five, clink beers if you're into that, or vegan juices, whatever floats your boat. But feel free to go and grab one from the kitchen at 5 o'clock until 5:30 when we're going to get into the networking. So I'm just going to frame to beginning and open up this event, and then we're going to invite Matthew to kick off the day. So first things first, none of this is possible without our sponsors. So thank you to SalesLoft, the #1 sales engagement platform. You can speak with Ollie and the team in the chat. Looking forward to share more about why Varison Sales Performance Management Platform and Matthew have joined us today, and we'll get into that in a moment. And of course, we've got the regulars, Elaine from Venetrix, Andre from Aircall, and then we've got our partners, the likes of Refract for call coaching, Cognizant for lead generation, Air Marketing for outsourced SDR work, and also the wonderful team at SalesWorks. We're looking forward to giving you as much value throughout this year. And actually, for those of you that are leading teams, we've now got events specifically, not just for leaders, but for SDR managers, SDRs, individual contributors, and those that are looking to become future CROs. And this year, because of the success of the awards, we're going to have top 50 sales leaders for the 4th year running, top 50 SDR managers, top 50 ICs, and top 50 SDRs. So there's a lot to get excited about this year. Let's just introduce Owen. Owen, why did you bother getting involved as a co-host with the Sales Confidence Leaders event?
Just because we love you so much, James. It's as simple as that. I think you host some great events. We get a great audience here, fantastic speakers. We love being a part of the Sales Confidence community, and when you asked me to come and support you on the events and give you a chance to get a drink during the sessions, I was more than happy to help. So yeah, it's great to be invited and great to be here.
Yeah, just to point out, as people know, I'm very sensitive to the people we get on stage because I want them to be quality and I want them to be excellent, and also the people we partner with. And those of you that don't know Owen, he's just a top bloke, really sound guy, and super helpful last year, and he's almost as entertaining as me. He's working on his entertainment factor, and that's one of his coaching priorities in 2021.
Of course, I've got some jokes written down for later, James. It's fine.
Okay, so you're wondering when we're going to kick off the value add of the 7-minute talks, and Matthew does have a talk coming up, but I'd like him to introduce the partnership in a moment. I just like to give you a bit of background of Matthew. So Matthew, who's front and center, he's currently the VP of EMEA for Varison, and he's got over a decade of experience in the sales performance management space. He's had the experience of working with companies like Mercer and Nice Systems, and also as part of IBM before they span out Varison again as its own entity. Now, Matthew has a lot of expertise in this area, and we did ask him to try hard to condense his expertise in 7 minutes. Don't worry, you will get an opportunity to meet with him and his team further along in the year. He's going to be a key part of what we're doing this year. Also, he's very focused on consulting and understanding the business cases of his customers and ensuring that they meet their objectives with the power of Barrison. Outside of work, Matt loves to travel when there's time and opportunity to do it, and also enjoys hanging out with family and friends. So Matthew, round of applause for getting involved. Would love to just hear a few words from you about why you decided to get involved with Sales Confidence.
Perfect, and so thank you for allowing us to be part of it. I think the key thing was, much as Owen said in the pre-piece, it was because you told us we had to be. That was as simple as why. But I think if we look back to when we started talking, James, we were talking from probably October, and we've been watching for some time before that. And I think a really key thing to us was the community. We at Barrison are all about making sure we implement best practice and give guidance to others so that they can either do better at something that happens day to day, or that has the privilege to see what we can do to help them. And everything about this confidence group and the community linked to that, and it was an easy decision in the end.
Yeah, we love that, and you know, it is really important to us. And I know it's sometimes difficult when we're not physically together. I mean, just, you know, say a hell yes if you miss the physical events, because we did used to have a lot of good times, and that will come back. But for now, there's people on here that can assist you in your career, in your business. So make an effort to make connections. And, you know, just listening to the approach that Matthew and their business are taking to growth and advising companies was something that I was really excited about. Just so people know, and obviously they're going to learn more about Barrison for the year, but just for a layman or those that have not come across sales performance management platforms, you know, what is Barrison and what do you do?
Sure. So you gave a bit of the history away, actually, but I wanted to say that Barrison's actually been around for quite a while. So it actually started and was founded in 2005. But what happened was we got acquired by IBM in 2012. 2012. And then we've effectively become the new standalone organization with our former founder as of last year. And where we focus our time is around sales performance management. So the ability to help people get paid accurately, time, and in a transparent way. So that allows for motivation of the sales staff. But that was one of the key things that allowed us to come back into market. And now we're looking to innovate the way that sales performance management is used. And so leveraging our augmented intelligence platform, we're now able to help with sales planning, revenue operations, and revenue-based sales performance management. So it gives you more of a broad view of what it is rather than just the transaction part. How can we help people from a behavioral perspective drive the right behavior as we look to change our organizations as we move forward?
I love that. And I think just, you know, that point about the behavior change beyond technology and how that is important to all sales professionals, no matter what stage of your career, but particularly from a leadership perspective when you're implementing new technology. And we've all had to adapt. We've all had to be more flexible. And I just think that was something that really stood out for me with Barrison in terms of your care and interest in the people, you know, as well as providing your technology. So thank you for that introduction. So now we're going to kick off the 7-minute talks. And the process will be to have Matthew kick off for his first 7 minutes. And he's going to be talking about how to plan for anything and be ready for everything, which is particularly pertinent in the sign of the times that we're in. Once he's delivered his 7 minutes, Owen will introduce Penny, who's the commercial director of iManage. Then we'll be followed up with Neil Ryland, CRO of Peakon. And then the final 7-minute talk today is going to be new author Andy White, who's also the VP of Sales at Branch. Once Andy finishes, Owen will invite the panel for some questions. So feel free to ask questions throughout the conversation, and we'll collect those up at the end, and we'll do our best to answer them. And speakers, if you feel so engaged while you're sitting there waiting for your talk and you see an interesting question, feel free to contribute on the stage area. After that, please do hang around for the networking. You know, even if you've got a crack on at 5 o'clock with some other admin or work, use this opportunity to make some connections. And even I know some of you are senior leaders, you know, you're building mega teams. Give something back to those that are aspiring to help you. It does all make the difference. So thank you for hanging around for the networking. Owen and I will jump off. Matthew, this is your first 7 minutes. Over to you.